I guess, huh?
Drum roll. I'm missing the intro music to the morning show.
Me and you both. Now, right now, we're recording right now, but I don't think we're broadcasting live on the internet yet.
Okay.
I don't think so.
What do you want to tell all these people that are listening in?
Just stand by.
Give us one more minute. Give him a secret, Joe. That's going to get him some extra signups.
Okay, we got 9 people in the queue here, right? Oh, they're showing up right now.
Awesome.
Looks like we're going live, I think.
I love going live.
Do I have time for a sandwich? Do we have time for a sandwich?
I didn't even bring a drink.
Like my father used to say, hey, it's 5 o'clock in the world somewhere. I think we're broadcasting live. Welcome, you guys. If anybody's here, hey, Beth, I see you. We do have a chat box here, you guys. If you want to make a comment or maybe you want to ask a question as we move through the next hour or so, you can always, like Beth, how you doing? I see Beth. Yes, you are. Are you talking to? Oh, hello, everyone. Hey, Justin, how you doing? Can you guys hear us? Hello. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Kurt. Doug, how you doing, man?
Hey, Joe, I'm doing fantastic. Really excited to be out here with you tonight. We got a couple of guys that were supposed to be here with us, and for whatever reason, life goes on, and they're doing other things. But hey, we are here with everybody across the globe. So thanks, Joe. Really excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm really happy to have you. And for those of you who are joining us today, maybe for the first time, welcome. That's Doug over there. I'm Joe, and we work here, kind of. And we want to welcome you to our webinar this evening. This is only the third one that we've done, the third webinar that we've done here with our brand new community, Traffic Authority. And the growth is like enormous. It's like blowing our minds, right? Just in the last, I don't know, what was it, Doug? In the last 20 minutes, we broke through 4,000 members on our Facebook page.
Exactly.
And that's like since when? Like less than a week, right?
Oh, right. What was it? Wednesday, right? It was Wednesday at around 3 o'clock. 2:30. You and I were on that call for 3 hours, right?
Right.
On Wednesday.
Right.
And the thing went live around 2:30, 2:20, whatever it is. We'll say 2:30. And here it is. It's Monday. And how many days would that be? 5 days?
Yeah, we're doing well, huh?
No, I'm sorry. Today's Tuesday, right? So it's, oh gosh, Joe, it's 6 days. I lied. 6 days. 6 days, 4,000 people in Facebook. Mm-hmm. And we're approaching 15,000 people in pre-launch here.
Now, that's a big number, and we're going to get to that in a moment, though. Before I get there, though, Doug, if I may just wind it back a little bit and just, again, welcome you guys and let you know a little bit about what's going on here, right? Doug is going to give you a little background on Traffic Authority, how we got here, and what is really happening and what we're projecting into the future, which is a cool story. But I just wanted you to know that, Doug and I go way back, okay? There are some kids that are literally kids who are working behind the scenes here making these things happen. Like Doug and I could be their dad. Okay, that's how, and quite frankly, Doug, we were actually talking one day.
You're talking, Joe.
Wait, but I was talking to Greg, and I was like, we were talking on one of these pre-launch meetings that we were doing, and I said, man, I made my first $1 million in direct selling and network marketing before the internet, like you say, before Al Gore invented the internet.
Exactly.
I mean, back in that day, and I really don't like to talk about the day, but literally, we were using, conference calls, and we were using fax on demand if somebody wanted to. So we would run an ad in the newspaper like USA Today. People would call an 800 number and they'd listen to our spiel. They'd leave their voice message if they wanted us to call back. We would call them back, interview them, put them on a conference call, and then they were either in or out. And I made my first $1 million in our industry using that old style of marketing. And Greg Chambers said to me, he said, dude, some of these guys that we're working with, he said, they were in junior high back then. I'm like, whoa, consider that, right? But I think it's important that you guys know, because we do have a lot of experience, a ton of experience, myself, Greg, Doug, Chad, that group of 4, what do you say, maybe 75, 80 years experience in our industry. And we're really, really excited about what's going on here. We've got a lot we want to share with you in the next 55 minutes. So pay attention. But Doug, I'm going to give it to you to bring us up to speed on, how did we get here? Give us a little background on how we got to this day and time.
Oh man, Joe, I got to wind back like 4 years. Okay. Mm-hmm. But what I really should do is wind back like nearly 20 years. Okay. When Greg was the guru guy in between all of us anyway, on the team. Greg was the guru guy back, 20 years ago in Travel Dynamics. And he was a distributor, just, like everybody else. He was just a distributor in a company. And he started developing leads for his team, And one day the owner of the company taps him on the shoulder and says, "Hey, Greg, you got the biggest team here. You're creating more leads for your team than for, anybody else is doing in this whole company. Why don't you just take over the lead generation for the whole company?" Mm-hmm. The light bulb, went on, and the rest is history. Greg opened up his own lead generation shop, and we went on. Joe, you brought Greg into a company where you and I first met back in 2004. Mm-hmm. Greg was the approved vendor providing leads for everybody at this company that we were at, right? And this is what Greg did. He did this throughout, his career through many companies. But then we got together right after that, and we went on to a travel company, and we became partners. And Chad came along, and we started building system after system and funnel after funnel. And then one day we realized, traffic was what everybody really required. And so Greg came up with this brilliant idea for us to build a traffic portal for everybody in the industry to get clicks on demand. Okay. And we called that CPC Broker. And if you've paid attention to some of the videos, you probably saw where Adam was talking about and giving a third party, credible, story behind the scenes here, how we went on to sell over $10 million worth of clicks with about 50 people, right, that were affiliates for our company. Well, it was December the 5th, 2013. One night, Greg and Chad and I were at a bar in Orlando. We're scratching our heads and we're saying, we got to own the offer. We've got to figure out a way to own the offer. Well, the only way to own the offer was to take this thing, affiliate marketing on a larger scale, network marketing, whatever you want to call it. And so we decided to open this opportunity up to the world. And that's where we scratched throughout the whole entire evening on a little piece of paper, a napkin for all practical purposes. The plan that we constructed that night went into the creation of ILS, Infinite Leverage System. And so we opened up Infinite Leverage System after working diligently hard for 10 months on October 23rd, 2014. And before we knew it, thousands of people had flocked into Infinite Leverage. Well, Adam and his team came along, Ben and Matt and John, and that happened to be in January. They loved what we were doing. And we knew those guys for several years. We'd done some other things together. And they just loved what we were doing, the clicks on demand. And they felt like they could bring a different type of platform, different methodology and sales funnel activity, and just a whole new, fresh approach to our business. And we agreed to it, right? And so we've been working for the last 7 months here with these guys. And what you see right now and what you have access to is just literally the tip of the iceberg. Because come next Wednesday at noontime, when you guys have an opportunity to see what's inside the real launch system, you're only privy right now to the pre-launch system. And so if you're blown away right now at what you're seeing in the pre-launch system, you ain't seen nothing yet, okay? Because what's about to come at you is mind-blowing, right? That's when you're going to really get full exposure to the Traffic Optimizer platform. So you can see the software that we've created back there, all the different modules and tools you'll be able to use. And then when you see the Traffic Academy section, okay, and that product where you'll literally be able to, there you go, literally, Joe. You'll be able to, I'm famous for using that word literally. You'll be able to get a hands-on, like, college MBA course in internet marketing, okay? There will be a lot thrown at you, right? And if you were on the call with us this morning, I talked very specifically towards the end about how it's critically important that you go ahead and master a couple of methods of marketing here. And we'll get into that a little bit later on as we move forward here, because you'll see the daily assignments plan that you guys have gotten already today for the very first time. If you're members of the Facebook group, you definitely saw that right out of the gate first thing this morning, and you'll be getting that each and every day here, a daily assignment, right, to keep you on, on task here. Okay, we're going to hold you guys accountable, right, because we want you to succeed. We really want you to succeed. We want you to develop a marketable skill here, right? So you've got an opportunity to really learn something and take it with you anywhere you want to go. Some girl, Greg or Joe, sorry. What was the gal, Queen? What was her name? She jumped on our call today. What was that?
It was the cash flow queen.
Cash flow queen. Thank you. And you're the cash flow king, I guess, right?
No, I'm the king of all networkers.
King of all networkers. What was I thinking, right? So the cash flow queen jumps out, and I lost my train of thought there, Joe.
You know, she was talking about how cool this whole thing was, right? She was talking. Oh, you know what she called it? A class act. She goes, "You guys are running a class operation here." That was her comment. That was her thing.
Yeah, that was very true. She definitely complimented us right out of the gate on just how classy we've put this whole thing together here. And I will say, this is first class. Okay, it really is. From everything that I've been around, everything I've seen in my 25 years in this industry. Okay, and that's pre-Al Gore inventing the internet, post-Al Gore putting it all together, and the whole method of, going from phone calls and dialing people up and prospecting, for 10, 15 hours a day, to letting the funnels and systems take over and doing the selling, telling, and explaining for you. Absolutely, right? So, Joe, we're here for a reason. We're here for history in the making, okay? You probably know this, Joe. You've been around the block a long time, man. Every 5 or 10 years, something absolutely incredible comes out in this industry. And wherever you go on the planet, that is the thing that's talked about, okay? From the circles that we're traveling, right? So fortunately, as you remind me all the time, we got 100 million people in this world here that are focused on our industry, and we're here to help a lot of people. So, Joe, I'm excited to be here, man. I cannot wait to see what's coming for everybody next week.
I'm actually mesmerized, dude, listening to you speak. And that's the truth, right? Because it dawns on me how big this really is. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason we want to share this with you is so that you understand that we're grown-ups here, okay? This is networking for grown-ups. We've been around for decades, literally, to use your word, literally decades. And we have made millions and millions and millions of dollars. Unfortunately, a guy like me blew it, right? Did I really need the things I had? We've learned lessons along the way is my point. But the thing that I really want you to understand is that there's a ton of experience here, a ton of focus. And the thing I love the most about Greg and Doug and working with Chad and this group is they are so resilient. Things are going to come up, man. Stuff is going to happen, but dreams do come true. And I'm thinking about, like, at the dawn of the internet, and I know this may sound big and crazy, but Zuckerberg was just a dude sitting at Harvard, right? He just had an idea, the idea of Yahoo, which was one of the first search engines. That was a couple guys in college. Did you know that Yahoo actually stands for Yet Another Hollow Online Oracle? Yahoo is an acronym, right? It was a couple guys. Wasn't eBay invented by a dude who was sitting on his couch figuring how to make a few bucks in college? I mean, when you really think about the potential that exists right now in such a fast-moving world, we really have a tiger by the tail. We really do. We're offering service and we're offering traffic to, right now, 17 million people in North America, 100 million around the world. Those are our customers. That is our customer base. And if we do it the right way, and I will tell you guys, there is a lot going on behind the scenes. In a minute, I'm going to show you a video of something that I was privy to, like what these guys are talking about. I'll give you a little bit of an inside idea, but lots going on. Tremendous things have happened in the last week. I've been here with Doug and Greg. We've known each other for years, right? But I've been here officially since February, and I've been taking a look, and I've been watching, and I've been hosting radio shows and doing training calls and stuff. And it's been amazing to see how much work was done. And then it just all of a sudden showed up on the scene a week ago. It's been going on, though, for months. It really is cool. Now, I'm going to show you a little video here. This is just to give us a break. Check this out. And there's somebody named Jesse. I don't know who Jesse is, but somebody is wanting to get into the fray here. But we're going to keep this just to me and you for right now. But okay. Dig this, okay? So there is a Skype chat room. And right now it's popping like crazy on my screen. With that, when you're looking at the screen, if you ever see Doug go like this, Or
I mean,
if you see me go like this, it's because we're looking at the Skype chat rooms that's popping up because these guys right now, all right,
yeah.
right now, these guys are working like madmen behind the scenes. So they have the Skype chat room that goes on, and it's all about marketing, and it's all about sales, and it's all about, okay, who's responsible for what? And this is something that I came up with that kind of reminds me of what I just experienced. This will take a couple minutes. Check this out, okay? Okay, we're back. Now, I want to go on the record here, okay? You can't handle a bigger logo. I love that. I love that video, man. I saw that video years ago. And whenever I work with a creative team, I want to share that video, and people just absolutely love that thing. You can't handle a bigger logo.
I love it. That is so funny, man. You showed that to me a while ago, and I just.
I'm looking right here. People are actually they're rolling on the floor laughing. That's awesome. Thank you very much. That's an awesome video. Yes, it is an awesome video. And really, that's the kind of tension that goes on in the creative room right now. If over the last couple of months, Doug, you have come out and you've shared with our group, and the group is really growing like exponentially right now. It's like up to what'd you say, 14,000 members in the last 5-6 days.
Yeah.
And over the last couple of months, though, as we've been prepping for this rollout, so many times I heard you say there's 28, 25. I can't even keep track of all the people around the world. Everything's done remotely, right? It's done on Skype. Some technology guy lives in India, another guy's in Czechoslovakia, one guy's in Florida, a guy's in Iowa. And that's really, this comes together in that cyber world. But the tension, the creative tension that shows up in that Skype chat room is actually kind of fun. I sit in the background and going, how am I going to fit into this discussion, right? It's like, they're just like, just like that video just showed, right? You can't handle a bigger logo. It is amazing how this is coming together, don't you think?
Yeah, you got to just jump right into the pile, man. It's like a mosh pit, right? Because there's so many people just chatting up all the time, right? And this isn't even the half of it that are really in this group right now, Joe. It's incredible. You just got to jump on.
It is amazing. What we want to do right now, you guys, if we can, is we want to get into a little bit of, I think, would it be helpful? I think if you guys let me ask in the chat room here, would it be helpful for you guys to actually see, for you brand new people, what that member back office looks like right now? We can do a quick review. We can do a quick review of what our Traffic Authority member back office looks like. And I want to show you guys some of the things that I personally used yesterday, right? I personally used yesterday, and it's amazing how easy and how quick it works. Are you guys up for that? Give me a thumbs up. One of you guys. Is everybody off the floor now? Beth is asking, is everyone off the floor now?
Yeah, right.
Right. That is creative. That is hilarious. Okay, so what I'm going to do is show you guys. I'm going to see what I can do here as far as my screen share. Let me know if I'm sharing my screen. Okay, my friend. Let me see here.
Yeah.
Here's where I want to go right now. Can you see that?
I can't see it.
Can you see my screen share now? Anybody?
I see you.
Really?
Ah, there we go, Joe.
All right, there it is. That's the Traffic Authority, your complete traffic solution. You see, we're counting down.
It's real time.
7 days, 18 hours, right? Now, here's some things I want you guys to be aware of, which I found very, very helpful, okay? This is in your member back office. Every one of you has one of these member back offices. When you log in, the first thing you're going to see is the introduction page. There's some video content here. I urge you guys to take a look and spend some time with this video, okay? I don't want to roll this right now, so I want to stop that video. Okay, the video stopped. There's 3 videos. One is the company launch plan. This is very important, the compensation plan. How does the money move? There is a brand new wrinkle here. And Doug, I'm going to ask you to talk about this in a moment. The compensation plan, however, is something completely fresh, completely new, and you never have to pass up any sales ever. It's so cool. And then there's a marketing plan on what we're going to be doing over the next, well, there's only 7 days, 18 hours left, okay? Some of the things I think are very, very cool. The marketing training tab here goes into specifics, right? For those of you who are relatively new to the space, and one of the things I've noticed, because we do a show every morning, we'll talk about that a little later, where you can plug into our community every single day. We never, ever, ever miss a day, ever. We'll talk about that a little bit later, and you can plug in every single morning to learn more and to stay connected to the community. And one of the things I figured out, okay, from hanging around in that community, Doug, is that there are a lot of baby boomers here. Okay, there are a lot of people who are like new to the game. They're new to internet marketing. They see a huge opportunity and they're eager to learn. And there's so much to learn. And what the team has done is put together some very basic tools here for us. Okay, these are video tutorials. How do you actually market on Facebook? Let's say that you want to email. Everybody has an email list. Everyone has people on an email list. Everyone does. How do you communicate with that group of people? How can you most effectively contact that group of people? Buying traffic. Now, this is coming. Doug, at the end of today's little hour we're spending together, you're going to talk a little bit more about what's happening in a week or so and what people can expect when it comes to buy traffic. Okay, we're going to talk about that. And then contacting leaders. Now, when I think of contacting leaders, you know, the obvious thing is, okay, who's on the top 10 board, right? There are leaders everywhere, though I will tell you. I would suggest this morning, the cash flow queen. She is here with us today. And this morning, if you remember, she talked about living in another universe. She's in the brick and mortar world. She hasn't really been online yet. However, she is a leader, man. She's a person who's out there asking intelligent questions, building a business offline, is asking about bringing her business online. That's a leader. When you talk about leaders, every single one of you, in my opinion, is a leader. Yeah, and some of you have yet to understand that. And the reason I say that you're a leader is because, you know, what I know, and there are some things I know. Excuse me, I got a call. There is believing something, and then there is knowing something. When you believe something, you're going on faith. You believe it. It might happen, it might not. Beyond believing is knowing. I know some things. And what I know, and my knowing is based on experience. And what I know is that Traffic Authority is going to be a huge, influential, money-making machine. I know this. I've been around the block. I know who these leaders are. I know how tough and resilient these men and women who are behind the scenes are. This group is willing to, they will chew a hole through a cast iron door to find the solution that will make this thing sizzle the way we believe it will. We know it will. Excuse me. So my point is that every single one of you is a leader, whether you know it or not. You've been contacted. You're here. You are a leader. Now, the goal here in the educational platform is to help you develop your skill, to help you get better as a leader. But when we talk about contacting leaders, we're talking about contacting people like you, people who have vision, people who jumped on the scene here, like right out of the gate. We're only here 5 days. You're one of 13,000 people, man. It's way cool. Now, if you look down here at the bottom of these screens, contacting leaders, there are phone and email scripts. Here's the URLs that you will use to send to people when you're using emailing or whatever it is you're doing, text messaging. This is all done for you stuff. And I'm going to show you right here what I mean. When you get into the marketing resources tab, this is very, very cool. Now, I began sending emails last night. I have a very small list. I use Aweber. I'm not really that good at it. I missed the boat on that way back when, but hey, it's never too late, right? It's never too late to catch up. So I'm using this effectively. I think I signed up 13, 14 people as a result of sending these emails. Okay, I look through here. Which email worked for me? This one here, email 3 and pre-launch worked for me. So I ask you guys, take your time, go through here and get familiar with the content. But a couple things I want to point out for you is when you go down here, if you're following my screen, you will see down at the very bottom, keep going, Joe. There is my link. There it is, right here. Here it is, right here. My link is already preloaded, okay? I don't have to do anything except copy to my clipboard. And right now, it's on my clipboard, which means I just got to go to my email client and just paste this in. It's all done. It has my name right here. They took the time to personalize this. Every one of you, if you log in, you take a look. This stuff is ready. This is done for you marketing, man. A leader email is a different flavor, okay? This is talking to somebody who has a little bit more, I don't know, experience. If you're a company owner, offer owner, top team leader, super affiliate, you know what, man? I would send this to people because I like them, right? I want people to consider who, we'll talk about be, do, have in the future. You want to be a company owner? You want to be an offer owner? You want to be a top tier leader? Well, be, do, have. We have Facebook posts, right? I've been posting on my Facebook page. Copy to clipboard, just post it. All done for you, right? All done. See this? When I post this on Facebook, woo, they just know where to find me. Now, for you baby boomers, if you're relatively new to the game, look at this. Here's my name. Here's my link. Done for me. Okay? There are blog banners. I know that this stuff is being updated, where there are also things like affiliate flyers. Way cool stuff, right? Here's the calendar. The calendar is going to tell you exactly what's going on right now. This is right now, but this will be updated very, very soon to show you some of the other things that we are offering. As a matter of fact, at the end of today's presentation, I'm going to share with you guys a little bit more information about where you can access what it is that we do each and every day of the week. Now, downline, okay, this is, here's some people that I just put in here, okay? Now, here's something that came up today, all right? Downline, I could go right here, and this was just updated today, and if I want to send an email directly to my downline, and we're going to talk more tonight about effectively communicating with your group. Let's say I want to get a hold of Jay Breck. I just click that and boom, shakalaka, it opens up into my email client. Very, very cool stuff. Here's the leaderboard. Okay, if you guys are familiar with the leaderboard, this is the leaderboard. Now look, the top guy here, Anchor, 1,051. Okay, 627 for Eric. Number 10 is 284. That's it. Number 10 only has, I want you to consider what the opportunity is here. Okay. And
Joe,
this is, yes, go ahead.
that guy that's in number 9, right? The number 9 position, he
Right.
was in 10 earlier this morning. And there was like 2 or 3 other people that were moving in and out of the 10 position all morning long, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's incredible what's happening here. But I'm going to tell you, by tomorrow morning, the guy who's in number 9, I wouldn't be surprised if that guy is in number 7 position or higher by tomorrow morning. He's moving that fast. Okay. It's crazy. But hey, Joe, there's one more thing I wanted to share really quick before we move on here. And It was something you said just a little while ago about the difference between believing and knowing, right? Remember when you said that? Well, yeah. Believing and knowing, for us anyway, is the difference between giving you what we've handed each and every one of you. a pre-launch system that you can actually see everything, as opposed to other types of pre-launches in the past where I've been around them and I've seen them where nobody knew anything. There was a bunch of leaders that jumped on calls and webinars and just started hyping the biggest bunch of BS you could ever possibly imagine, right? And still everybody flocked to it. And then the curtain got pulled back on launch day and everybody was like so deflated, right? Well, here you've got everything at your fingertips, right? Now, realize next Wednesday, next Wednesday, not this Wednesday, which we'll do tomorrow, but the following, the 19th, that's when you're going to, you're really going to see your your full launch website, system, everything, okay? And I'm just saying, guys, that we've told you everything about what's happening here. There's nothing left to uncover. There's nothing in the dark. We're not keeping anybody in the dark. We're completely transparent with everything that we have here because we want you guys to build a big team. We want you to make a lot of money. And because we have total, just unwavering belief in ourselves and you, that we can all, get through this together and have a lot of fun. So, Joe, I just wanted to share that with everybody. It's a really big difference between that believing you have something and knowing you have something. And today, we all know we have something, man. It's a tiger by the tail.
All right, listen, people are telling me that they were unable to see my screen, but you guys see Doug right now. Is that correct? Jimmy?
I see you, Joe.
And I asked before, you were able to see my screen, Doug, correct?
Yeah, I see you. I saw the whole screen. I saw everything, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Jimmy. Jimmy, pay attention here. Let's try it again. Okay, let's try this again. Let me see if I can share my screen again with you guys.
Yeah, man.
All right.
This is technology at its finest.
That's correct.
Right.
So could you see my screen?
Yeah, I'm back seeing your screen.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
That's even better, man. I mean, you just brought it like up into full view. I love it.
All right, you guys can see the screen, right?
Yeah.
Hey, David, Edward, yes. Curtis, yes. You can see the screen? Yes? Okay, excellent. All right, let me check this now. All right, can you still see the screen, guys?
Yep.
We are new to webinars. You can see, somebody just said that. We saw nothing. You see nothing? We saw nothing, says Wilton.
Wow.
I don't get it, man.
Neither do I.
Mm-hmm. There it is. Can you see my screen now?
I see your screen.
Nope, nothing now. No, we cannot. Curtis, no, we're not. Still can't see it. We did not see the screen. No, we can't see. We see Doug. All right, whatever. I was using it earlier today. We did a test today. Doug, you're seeing it, right? It says you are screen sharing and presenting to everyone.
Yeah, I see it. No problem.
Okay, well, for some reason, I must have a. All right, forget about it. We're not going to screen share. There it is. Hold on. Let me cancel screen share.
That's terrible. We got a lot of stuff to show you.
I know. We have a lot of stuff to show you guys.
Yeah.
Can we see Doug? Can you see me now?
No, I still see your screen. Oh, there you go. You're back.
All right, we'll see.
Hey, Joe, you might have to hold up the whiteboard.
We see it. We see it. Yes, we see it. Thank you very much. All right, well, listen, let's talk about a couple other things there, okay? We don't necessarily have to show the screen. I don't know what's going on with my Safari here. We tested this thing. There it is. We can see it. What a joke. Thank you, Jimmy. I'm glad that you think it's a joke. Jimmy thinks it's a joke. Jimmy, laugh now. He who laughs last is the one who's going to the bank. All right, Doug.
Yeah, man.
Share with me a little bit more about what you were saying a moment ago regarding, the be, do, have concept, about believing and knowing. I think that's very, very important, right?
Well, yeah, sure. Absolutely. It's critically important. You just mentioned, maybe perhaps something that the folks that are on this line have never heard of before. Be, do, have, right? Joe and I, we came out of the personal development industry where that was at least my first go at it in terms of internet marketing and high ticket business opportunities. It was a personal development company 11 years ago, and I was a marketer. Joe was a marketer. Joe happened to be the guy that was on stage, and he was the voice of the company, and he was, for all practical purposes, one of the executives at the company. And Joe, you were the first guy I met, by the way, at that company, which was way cool. Okay. Mm-hmm. And we learned about be, do, have. If you want to be the leader, you got to do, you got to be, if you want to be the leader, you got to do what the leaders do. so you can have what the leaders have, right? So you first of all have to, in your mind, believe that you are a leader, okay? Now, when Joe said he considers everybody a leader, guys, you're on this call here tonight. You're on this webinar here tonight, right? You're doing something that most people wouldn't even think of doing in the evening or wherever you are around the world. Some of you are probably up at 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning for all I know, because this is an international opportunity. Yeah, you're not rioting in the streets, right? You're being very productive with your life, okay? So those are very big leadership qualities right there. You're getting uncomfortable. You're contacting people, whether they're total strangers or they're personal friends, and you're telling them you've got something, and at least you can show them what you've got, right? You can tell them what you've got here, and then in terms of doing that daily activity, right, that be, do, have, well, what the leaders do every single day is they make phone calls, they send out emails, they send text blasts, they follow up with people they've been in contact with a day or 2 or 3. Joe will tell you a story just a little while ago. He was telling me and sharing with me about how he contacted a woman, about a week ago, Joe, a really humongous leader, a woman that he actually took to Australia with in another business that Joe owned at the time. This woman made him a ton of money. And you contacted her a week ago about this business opportunity, and she calls you today because of whatever. I don't know. I'm going to let you tell the story, Joe, because it was pretty remarkable. She'd already joined. Had somebody else's link in her hand, okay? But this is what we do here. We make contacts and connections every single day, and we work consistently in our business, right? And you have to give it a consistent effort every single day. And then, of course, the have in the be, do, have. If you want to be that leader, you got to do what the leaders do, and then you can have what the leaders have, whether it's houses or watches or cars or planes or travel, trips, clothes, whatever it is that fires you up, that gives you a reason to get out of bed in the morning. That's what it's about, okay? But only you can figure that out for yourself, okay? That's what we've got to get to. That's the conversation we're going to be having here in just a little while about goals, about setting goals. It's important. And I know, Joe, you're a big proponent of that, man, setting goals.
Yeah, I'll tell you that about the woman you mentioned. You know, I've been chasing people around. I hate to use that word chasing, but I've been contacting everyone that I know, regardless of where they are, what they're doing. I just get a hold of them. I send them a Skype. I've been sending them text messages, and it's interesting because I did reach out to somebody who is a leader in the industry. She's made a tremendous amount of money and had influence, and she's been a pioneer. And yeah, years ago I had her with me on my team. I took her around the world, put her up on stage to train on internet marketing, and I was late to the party. So this morning she hit me up while we were doing the radio show today. She hit me up and said, "Yeah, man, I want to thank you for thinking about me, but I just got started. I'm really excited. Looking forward to be working with you again." I'm like, rats, early bird gets the worm, And as far as that, let me try this again. Okay, I'm gonna once again attempt, because I'm getting some people in the Skype chat room here talking about the screen share. Let me try one more time to share the screen. Okay, now Doug, I know that you're able to see it. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Let me see if I can share my screen once again, because I do want to show people what we were talking about regarding this. Well, let me show this here right now. Okay, can you see that screen now?
Well, I see the screen. It's the daily activity, daily assignments. Is that where you want to be?
That's correct. That's right. That's where I want to be. I want to be able to show this to people, like we talked about this earlier today. Here's another one of the features that we're adding into the plan here, you guys. Okay, and can you still see it? Can you see me sliding it? Can you see it? Okay. We talk a lot what you can do each and every day to take action. How you really want to get yourself onto the leaderboard. Okay, how do you really want to do it? Kevin, thank you very much. I see it, no problem. Yes, I can see it. Thank you. Thank you very much. That other guy, whoever you were, Jimmy, we got to figure it out. Thank goodness. All right, so one of the things that we're going to do to assist you to move forward every single day, all right? The goal is that every single day you take simple action steps, simple steps. This was posted this morning. I don't know if you guys are visiting our Facebook page, but we have a Facebook page. And here's the address for the Facebook page right down here. We'll talk about that in a moment. But we're making this very, very simple. right? One of the things that will make a difference for you is if you have something to do every single day to move forward in your business. All right. The very first thing that we're recommending here is to listen to the daily company call. Every single morning, I am there Monday through Friday. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, I'll once again be joined by Doug. And together, what Doug and I are going to be doing is answering questions. We're going to take this discussion. People right now who are committed are here, but tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern, wherever you are in the world, you can call in to our phone number, 914-338-0631, or you can reach us online. We do stream online live at 11 a.m. Eastern. The reason that we do that is because this is an international opportunity. We do have people all over the world right now who are here, and we want those people to be able to plug in, listen to what's going on, and feel the energy. You know, the cool thing this morning, you know, we had, you know, the cash flow queen this morning. You know, and yesterday when we did our radio show in the morning, we heard from a couple of other people. We heard from, you know, Dave in New Hampshire and Kurt. And, you know, the real cool thing about that morning opportunity is you feel the excitement of people. It's not just you sitting in your house. It's not me sitting in my house. It's people all over the world. And that's an opportunity for you to come. You dial into that number. You can press one on the keypad of your phone and, and you are connected. Okay. You're connected in real time. And you have an opportunity to demonstrate your leadership. Today, I'm talking about the cash flow queen. Never met her before, but this morning we had an engaging conversation. She's a leader, man, right? She's somebody who's going to show up. I've got her pegged. And you can get out there and you can let your voice be heard. And the leaders, the people working behind the scenes, they're going to know that you're here. They're going to find a place for you, okay? The next thing on this list here we're telling you to do is get yourself hooked up on the private Facebook group. I'm trusting that you guys here today are already on the private group. I'm trusting that you are. And the reason I'm trusting that you are is because you probably found out about this webinar on the Facebook page. But the Facebook page, you can write this down quickly if you're not there yet. It's ez.com, ez.com/TAFB group. How clever is that? TA as in traffic authority, F as in face, B as in book, group. TAFB group. There it is right there. Okay. Register for tonight's webinar. You've already done that. Here's another thing you can do. Okay. In the registration process at the end today, you'll be able to subscribe to all of our future webinars. So you'll know that we're doing a webinar automatically. We'll just dump the email into your email box. That's something that you can do, but pay attention. We do have a schedule page. We'll be talking more about that later, where you can go and find out every single thing that we do together 5 days a week at 11 a.m. Eastern. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do webinars. Wednesday, Doug comes out and answers questions. On Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, we have a full-on exercise where we invite people to the table and they can share their enthusiasm. It's Doug and Greg primarily, but this last week we had Adam. It was cool. Next thing is to start your goal. You know, starting your day with a goal. What really is your goal? And, you know, there's so much to be said about goals. I mean, it's almost like a used up topic, right? But one thing I will say is that you have to be very, very definitive when it comes to setting your goal. All right. When I'm talking to somebody on the phone and I say, well, what is your goal? And they say, well, I want to make a lot of money. Well, that's not working for me. That's not a goal. What I want, and I want you guys to consider, is specifically, what is it that you absolutely want? What is your definition of purpose? Why are you really wanting this? What is the reason? And then marry yourself to that. And we'll talk more about this every morning, Doug. You know, we actually get into some mindset stuff, but this concept of really marrying yourself to your goal is very, very, very important, because what will happen is when you identify that goal, when you absolutely know what it is that you want, when you absolutely have a clear-cut vision, what happens is you start making decisions that are in alignment with accomplishing that task. Like the person who really wants to make money here is here today. Nothing gets in the way. Right. And I'll say this, okay, when you invest more in your business, and we're not going to get too much into this tonight, but when you play big, when you get to the diamond level, when you put, like right now, it's free, a free membership. Watch what happens when you play at the diamond level. When you're investing serious money into your business, you watch if you show up to a webinar. Okay. We also hear talk about what is it like we're talking about re-engineering your plan. Okay. How many people do you want in your group? Okay, what is that number? Okay, if it's 100, divide 100 by, what do we have, 7 days left? That's how many people that you're going to have to put into your group each and every day. And you can do that if you simply follow the directions that we've been showing with you. Next step here is connect with your personal contacts. We've already gone through this. I apologize if you guys couldn't see my screen a minute ago, but you can find all of this here is available in your member back office right here, right now. As a matter of fact, can you guys see that? Are you able to see that? Anybody?
Yeah, I see it, no problem, Joe.
Okay, let me see who else on the team if they can see this. Okay, yes, I see it. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. You can see this. So I showed this before when I was kind of like in blackout mode. But so if you can see this, this is what I'm talking about, like getting much more aggressive. And how many people are you going to bring to the table, and how do you do it? How do you do it? You do it very simply by just following these instructions that we're sharing with you. Like I talked earlier about, the training that is available here. Okay, for those of you guys who are relatively new, okay, maybe you don't have a list. Maybe you haven't published on Facebook. I see a lot of people are relatively new. Here is training in your member back office under marketing training. Here's a video on how you actually use Facebook. How do you really begin emailing your list? How do you do it? You want to buy traffic? We're going to get way into that, because that's at the heartbeat of Traffic Authority, is getting traffic, good quality traffic, and then contacting leaders. Again, this is all video content that has been created for you to get you where you have to be, okay, to get you where you want to be. Everything is done for you. Doug, this is what really blows me away here, is that this is really done for you marketing. I mean, how much simpler can it be? Okay, here's the emails. Here's the one I picked for myself. I used email launch 3 yesterday, pre-launch email 3 yesterday. I got results. Okay, I have a very small list. And what I just did is I just see where it says copy to clipboard. That right now is just waiting to be pasted somewhere. And what I love, what the team has done, is all this is personalized. Okay, for you guys who are brand new, maybe you're afraid, what do I say? What do I send somebody in an email? Here it is, man. You go down here, I showed this before, you go all the way down, and the company, the boys in the technology boys, they've already set this thing up totally dummy proof. Okay, like right here, here's my personal link. So all I have to do is cut and paste this into an email client and send it, and there it is. It's already been pre-done. It's preloaded for me, right? My name right here. That's me, Joe. It's already been preloaded. I share this with you guys because there's no excuse now, okay? There's no excuse for you not to send people emails, Facebook posts, okay? Right here. Here's my Facebook link right here. I post this on Facebook every single day, and I'm getting people who are opting in, okay? Here's people today. This is my own little action from today. Here's people today who opted in as a result of this. I don't know these. I never met Mark Miller, Jessica. I don't know this guy. Austin Kennedy, thank you very much for opting in. I don't know these guys. I never met these guys. But here they are, right? Because I'm using these simple tools, done for you marketing. There are no excuses now. It's all in here for us. What a remarkable, remarkable job. It really is. So when you get back over here, what we're asking you to do, and Doug, we're kind of running out of time right now, I'm going to pass it back to you, is contact your pre-launch members. Okay. Now you have people here. Okay. I've got people here. Here's my downline. I've got pre-launch members. Here is Austin Kennedy, whoever you are. Here's your email address. Here's your phone number right here. I can call Austin Kennedy, and I will, and say, hey, Austin, thank you. You joined my group, just meeting you. And we've got a script that we're going to share with you. We're kind of running out of time, Doug. What I'm going to do is give it back to you. I'm going to take this thing off screen share right now, my friend.
Yeah, man.
And I'm going to turn it back. It is a turnkey biz, Edward. Thank you very much for that. Let me stop this here. Okay, there we go. Could you guys see Doug now? Are you guys able to see good? Doug, your teeth are so white, dude. You look like a TV commercial.
No, Joe, you're embarrassing me now, man.
Really? All right. So what's left on your list? Okay. We want to keep you guys to an hour. We know that some webinars go for like 2-3 hours. We get that, some webinar people dig that, but we're going to keep this thing to an hour right now. What are you thinking? What's on your list now to bring to our group here until we meet again on Thursday, dude?
You just mentioned something really important, and that is reaching out to the people that you've brought, into your business now, into your pre-launch team, on your pre-launch team, and the kind of engagement that you want to have with these people, right? Because some of these people have never been involved in anything like this before. Joe, we've got a really fantastic script, and I think the best way to share it really is to put it on Facebook. Okay, as quick as we can here. That's
Mhm.
probably the best way. But you know, man, we've got to get this copy into people's hands. Okay, we could go over it and we could read it. We could role play it here right now, which would be really cool too. Let me just kind of shrink this down here a second here and figure out a way for me just to pull it out here so I can even get to it easier rather than there we go. It's close. It's closer to my face here now. I'm working off of 2 monitors. I've got 2 monitors side by side here. Chad, you should see Chad. He's got 4 monitors, right?
Space age, man.
In Command Central, they got each of the guys down there. They got 4 monitors on their desk. It's nuts. I can barely keep track of 2. You know.
My daughter works on her cell phone, dude. She gets a lot of work done on her cell phone.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because you talked about contacting 10 people a day, right? So we all have a Rolodex, all plugged into our cell phones. We can text blast. We can make phone calls. We've got email, our own private email lists. We've got Facebook, social media, whatever social media platform you're involved with. So, right there and then, there's 4 bundles of ways to be contacting people and reaching out to people. Contacting 10 people a day, short of going out and just meeting people on the streets, which, that's an uncomfortable conversation unto its own. But you know what? We're going to do that too, and we're going to train on that also because it's something that we became good at, which is personal contact marketing, Joe, if you remember that. Okay. But here, clearly, the conversation right here, right now, is connecting with the people that are on your team. If you've got one person underneath you and they're in your pre-launch business and your pre-launch system, you've got a team, you and that person, right? If you've got 10 people, if you've got 100 people, whatever the number is, figure out a way to contact these people. Now, some of them obviously are going to be offshore, but we're giving you emails, we're giving you phone numbers, right? And we're going to give you this incredible script here. And I guess I could read the script, Joe. You want to do a little role playing here?
Yeah, sure. We can do it. And what we will do is we will post it up for sure. Okay. We will.
Yeah. 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 So listen, this is the, and this, by the way, this is a script we talked about last week, or I think on Saturday's call, we said we'd be bringing out Kevin, and unfortunately Kevin couldn't make it here this evening here, but we got a hold of his script, guys. And that's what's really cool. People sharing with other people here, for the betterment of the team here, right? Empowerment. So sample welcome call here. Hi, this is, say hi, Joe. This is Doug, calling to welcome you to the Traffic Authority business. How are you?
I'm just like, I'm crazy busy, but I'm having a blast. It's so much fun. Thank you for calling me today, dude.
You got it. So Joe, you made an excellent decision here. All right. You must have a good reason for joining Traffic Authority. Do you mind me asking why you joined Traffic Authority?
Yeah, I'm just really excited about the opportunity. I've been hanging around the internet. I've been looking for ways to make money on the internet for a long time. I really must say that I've struggled mightily, but you know what? There's something about this opportunity. I'm digging the fact that you guys, I've got this whole turn for turnkey marketing stuff, because I am a trial member here, a free account. So I'm just blown away by the stuff that you guys have put together, and I'm excited for it, man. I think it's going to be big.
That's great. So guys, really quickly, right here in this little segment, the most important thing you can do when you're making a phone call is listen. Listen to the other party, right? So you heard Joe, he used one of the buzzwords. He's struggling online to make money, right? You heard that, right? So you can even do a little bit of kickback, and relating. And so he knows you were paying attention. Well, Joe, you know what? I was at a point in my life where I was also struggling too until I got involved with Traffic Authority and the team here. And I got to tell you, these guys really have something incredible going on. So Joe, let me ask you something. What business are you promoting now?
I'm involved in a seminar business. Okay. I offer seminars and, they're kind of pricey for people to get into, but that's kind of where I've been for the last several years. There's a lot of money in there, but getting a real buyer has really been a problem.
So explain to me just a little bit more about the problems and challenges that you have actually had in the past with promoting your business.
Well, quite frankly, it's like, how do you get people to actually see and hear about the business, right? Getting doing phone calls and, making a list and getting my people to make a list, that really is limiting my ability to grow the business. So what I'm looking for is eyeballs, really. I want people to see my site. I think I got killer sites. I think we spent a lot of money on making some really, really killer content. And when people see my sites, I can make a sale here and a sale there. My problem is getting people to see it. All right. I can't get enough traffic. I can't get the right eyeballs, people who, they've got the capacity to say yes. I struggle there, dude. So the thing I like about this program and what I've seen is that you guys have got the ability to put people in front of my offer. If what you're saying is true, then the rest of it is just up to me. I'm excited about what I see here. That's for real.
Sure, Joe. So, hey, I know exactly how you feel because I was in the same position also until I got hooked up with Traffic Authority, right? So at this point, guys, what you want to do is you want to encourage the person that you're talking to, okay, your new team member. You want to encourage them to plug into the community here, plug into the call that Joe does every single day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And if they just happen to be in a place where they just can't get to it, they can stream it. So you want to give them the information, the phone number, the Traffic Authority report, domain name, so they can go and stream there. Then you want to get them into the Facebook group, give them the domain name, ez.com/TAFB group, okay? Get them to attend the webinars. Tell them about the webinar scheduled. And Joe, somewhere around here, we've got a calendar of events. And I know we didn't actually give that out here tonight. So that's important that we do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you guys want to write it down, we've got a calendar that covers everything, and we're freshening up some names, okay? But right now, today, as we speak, the calendar, you can find the calendar at Radio Leverage Live, Live, RadioLeverageLive.com, and that shows you everything we're doing, man. And that thing, there's a lot happening, so we're freshening that up as we move. Okay, we are freshening it up as we move forward. We're changing some of the links in there, but like this webinar is there. If you go and you'll look, you'll see there's a link there. All the calls that we do are there. And one of the things, if I can jump in here, which I think is important, I do think it's important when it comes to this piece right here. What has set us apart, Doug? Okay, since we've been working together back in February, and I can say this because we hear this from people. This is what people say to us. Okay, you guys are different. And the thing that is so different about you guys is that you're there. You're accessible. You're real people. Okay. This idea of doing an internet play, sending mega, emails and contacting your list and, all of this is very, very cool. However, that ability to pick up the telephone and connect with somebody takes you to the whole nother level when it comes to the internet marketing space. And people have said this about us, right? They have said this about us over and over again, that here, in ILS, we're here every morning, and this is up until now. Now we're Traffic Authority, but we've been functioning as ILS since February. You guys have been here since October. But every single morning we're out here, right? We do these conference calls, and we do this radio broadcast, and we do training calls, and we are here in real life, and people can connect. It's way more. It's now three-dimensional. It's way more than just an internet play. And when you take the time to call up, and if you have a few, maybe you have many, whatever the case may be, just take the time to quickly call them on the telephone, introduce yourself, show them that you really do care, and then let them know how they can get a hold of you personally. It will make a huge difference. Over the years, one of the things that I have learned is that there could be one person in your database right now that ultimately is worth a fortune to you. I talked about the woman this morning, Carol. Man, this woman she is a machine. She is unbelievably good, gifted, focused. God, I wish she was in my group because of the way this compensation plan, but you know what? Whatever. We'll go find another. And I reached out to her. I should have picked up the phone. That one person. So every single person that is in your database right now is worth a telephone call. And if you're not really good with the script, don't worry about it. You'll get good with the script. Okay. You just got to make the calls, and we will post the script. Okay. We will post that script. We'll put it in the Facebook page. And, Doug, we do special things. Doug and I love to get with you guys and work with you guys. And so I think we'll probably do a call coming up here pretty soon where you can dial into a conference page and listen to us as we call back our trial members, our free member accounts, and just talk to them about the opportunity and what's coming up. Because in a week, when the reps really come off and we move from free into full launch, some really, really cool things are going to be happening, and connecting and communicating with your people makes all the difference in the world to your business. It is an internet driven business, but at the end of the day, it's a people business, man. And you gotta just get, if the phone is heavy, and I'm a phone jockey, I am a phone jockey, but I'll tell you, sometimes the phone is just heavy, man. I'm just not in the mood. But you get the rhythm, you get used to it, you get comfortable. It actually gets fun. It sure does. That's what I'm thinking there, Mr. Wellens.
Yeah, man. And moving along this particular script here, right? Probably the most important part of this script is step number 4, Joe. Okay. Setting goals with your new team member. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Literally pulling it out of them, right? Asking them really tough questions like, what's your big income goal? How much do you want to make? How much do you want to earn on launch day? Now, obviously, we're going to get to launch day here pretty quickly. And it could be, hey, Joe, how much money do you want to earn before Christmas? So you can go ahead and you can buy your family all the Christmas presents you could possibly want to buy them, or whatever holiday you're celebrating, guys. And not have to worry about paying for it in January or February. Just go out and buy all the gifts for cash, right? Don't even think about it, right? So when you start to dig down at that level with people and really get them to start to dream, because it's one thing that people have really forgotten. You're a little kid and you've got the biggest dreams in the world, right? And all of a sudden you grow up and your dreams kind of die. Okay, for whatever reason, Joe, you've seen this too, right? People just sort of kind of lose, I don't know, hope, right? They forget about how to dream. But one of the things we do here is we definitely teach people how to dream big, okay? And this step number 4 is so critical and so important. And it can be the difference between you making a couple of $1,000s a month or tens of thousands of dollars a week in your business, believe it or not, okay? So encourage them to connect with their personal contacts. And listen, we've got an opportunity here, guys. We're going to be giving you solo ad providers, not just an opportunity to buy traffic from your system in your back office, but just understand, when we open this up live here next week and you've got all your tools and resources at your fingertips, you'll be able to use the entire Traffic Optimizer suite of tools with any traffic provider you ever want to go out and procure traffic from, okay? It's available to you, right? Contact people, contact leaders, contact people that are bigger than you, at least maybe in your mind, okay? Just because somebody is behind a camera and they're on a webinar, or they've walked the red velvet carpet, doesn't mean they're not approachable, okay? Everybody's really open to opportunity. And I've learned in this industry that if it makes sense, it makes dollars, okay? And people who love money, I should say people who love to make money, right? People who love to make money love to make more money. I can tell you that right now, all right? Contact your pre-launch team members. As soon as you guys get into this business full-time, make sure you're contacting every one of your members in your business going forward. We're just talking about pre-launch right now because that's where we are. But once next Wednesday hits here on the 19th, it is full-on assault with the planet, okay? It's as simple as that. Be persistent, be consistent, drive traffic, right? Drive traffic every single day and put your referral link out wherever you can. Right? I say this in jest, but I'm totally serious. You know what a dog does when a dog leaves the house? It marks its spot everywhere, right? That's just it, man. And you don't see Coca-Cola just advertising in one place, or McDonald's advertising in one place. No, you see them all over the planet, everywhere. Bus huts, magazines, newspapers, radio, TV, I mean, just the gamut. Now, obviously, we all don't have McDonald's budgets or Coca-Cola budgets. We have what we have, but we also have the ability to develop some really good skills here and also be able to put everything that you learn into action, right? It's about daily action. So, Joe, let's get this script up for everybody. We'll go over it. I love the idea of doing that call so we can have a little fun with it, and let's keep going, man.
Yeah, there's a couple of people in the chat here I'm looking at. They remember that we did a call not long ago, doing a calling people who are looking at our business. So we'll make that happen in the next couple of days. The
Cool.
last thing again, and I'll say this again, and you said it again. I guess we got to beat this drum every single day. Is that never lose sight of the fact that this is a people business. If you really want to bring a long-term relationship with key leaders, just reach out and make a quick telephone call and invite them to something like this. Let them know that there are other people. Take the pressure off yourself. Let them know that there is a big community of people who really are having fun and are making money, and people can plug in right here. They can do it in the mornings, and the rest of it is going to be going to the bank. Listen, thank you guys for taking the time to join us here. Apologize, for the issues we had earlier with the screen share. I don't know what's going on. We're relatively new, but if you put me and Doug on a conference call, and we will make magic, man. We have made millions of dollars before this webinar stuff came on, but so we're late to the game. But you know what? We'll be at the top of the game very, very soon. So apologize to anybody who had struggled with it. But thank you for sticking with us as we went through that little issue there with our screen share.
The techno?
Yes, the techno.
The
so
techno,
I'll see you,
man.
and I will see you guys. Yes, there is a call, Justin, every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern. And dig this, man. I'm there broadcasting at 11. It's 8 o'clock at my house. And I'm on that call doing it, working with you, Doug. So, we get up early. We stay up late. We are prepared. All we want for you guys is to have maximum results. But we can't do it for you. You got to do the work yourself. So I'll see you in the morning, guys. See you in the morning, Doug.
Thank you. 14
everybody.
hours. We'll be here, man.
Yeah, we'll be back. See you guys. Hey, this will be available for rebroadcast, okay? You guys can rebroadcast this. Just follow the link. It's there. See you guys.